Good afternoon, it's Debbie from Homebodies Fitness and Yoga. Today we will be doing a yin/restorative, I call it Restore Yin, kind of workout or kind of class I should say. I have a bolster and 2 blocks. If you don't have either, take a pillow or a towel, a couple of towels, blankets or books to roll up to support yourself, or you can simply do this without anything. So I'm going to start my timer for 10 minutes. We're going to start, I'm going to show you the long way. I have my bolster the long way. You can also take it the short way. And though you might not see my feet at the end, I have a few options for my feet. So the back is supported right up to my waistline. My head is on, my arms are on. If your arms feel uncomfortable, you can place the blocks underneath them or some kind of a support again underneath them. The options for my legs are numerous as well. The soles of the feet can be together or the legs can be outstretched. See what feels good for you. If the soles of the feet are together and you'd like support under the knees, place the blocks under the knees. Let your hands rest on your side, by your side, palms face up. And just start to breathe in. So I'm going to be turning my head, but please don't turn your head. Keep your head neutral. So breathe in and expand. There's no real dedicated breath here. I just want you to start to feel the expansion. And what we're going to do is place the right hand on our heart and the left hand on our abdomen. We're going to breathe against the spaces of our hands. So we're going to fill the space from our body to our hands on the inhale. And on the exhale, we empty out. You can close your eyes the entire time, breathe in, and empty out. And where this type of a practice differs from our vinyasa or even hatha practices, we don't have a dedicated breath. We just make sure that we are breathing. And we don't have action. We're not trying to physically move our body from one place to another. We're actually trying to do just the opposite and release it. So take a few more breaths, pressing the belly against the hand, the heart against the hand. And again, in a typical restorative or yin class, we would be doing this for a lot longer per movement. So take your arms out to the side if they're not already and open up your heart. And we're just going to draw the legs back together. If you had a block underneath the legs, just move it off to the side. And then roll over to your right side and remove the bolster, but if you'd like to keep it, let it rest against your back as you rest onto your right side. So I'm going to let my head be rest on my arm as a pillow. And I'm just going to lean back against my bolster, or I'm going to release it away from me. Take the left arm and I'm going to open it out to the side. Now if it's on the bolster, it may be too much stress for your shoulder, so you know where you need to be. And I'm just in a kind of a nice easy spinal twist, just letting go. Breathing in and breathing out, and just sort of emptying my space, my mind, my thoughts, as well as the breath. Inhale. And exhale. So these seem like they're very basic, small movements, and they kind of are, but if you were in a true class holding them for a very long time, you'd start to notice some things. So sometimes you feel it immediately going into the pose, and sometimes you feel it after holding for a while. And so just for the sake of time, I'm going to be releasing my left hand back, and I'm going to bring myself up. And I'm just really going to change sides. I'm going to roll over to the other side. And I'm just basically doing it this way so that you can have a better view of me. I'm resting on my arm, and my right arm is going against the pillow, opening up my shoulder and chest. So I'm in a spinal twist, and I'm opening up the front of my shoulder and chest. And I'm letting go of all the tension anywhere else. So anything that doesn't have to do with my shoulder right now in my twist is completely at ease. My fingers, my toes, my breath is soft. My eyes can be closed. My facial muscles are relaxed. My toes, everything is just letting go. The more we can let go, the deeper we can get. So if you fight it or you want to put action into it, you're defeating the purpose of this particular style of a yoga practice. Take one more breath. As you release the breath, come out of it slowly. Bring the right arm down and bring yourself up to a seated position again. This time we're going to cross the legs. If you need to sit on the bolster to lift yourself up, that's fine. Or again, if you need to, and here's what I like to do. Sometimes I like to put the blocks under my knees, but sometimes, because I'm going to do a forward fold, I like to have my head resting on a block. So there's no real form to my body right now. I'm just going to fold. My left leg is in front, and I'm going to fold over. I like to release the arms. The palms are facing up, softening the breath. Now, in this seated fold, your legs don't have to be close to your groin. They can be further away from you, right? We don't want to create physical tension anywhere. We want to release it. So the more I can let go, the easier this becomes. I'm staying grounded as best I can, but you know what? If it comes up, my hips come up, they come up a little bit, right? I just don't want to create physical action in there. Trying to access into deeper than my muscles, my fascia, connective tissue. And what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. So slowly roll yourself up. I like to still lean back and shake out the legs a little bit, about the knees. You like to take a little side to side, and then switch the cross of the legs. So this may be your less comfortable place. It may be more comfortable. Once again, the blocks can go underneath the knees as we fold forward, or you can put a block underneath your head. If you have one knee that feels more particularly challenged, then keep that block under the knee. And I just like to fold over with my arms facing up, palms open and receptive. And I'm just letting go of everything. Relax the neck and shoulders. So remember, the feet are relaxed, the fingers are relaxed, the facial muscles are relaxed. Inhaling and exhaling. So taking a few more rounds of breath here. I'm simply letting go. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently we're going to come out of this. Remember, if you are doing this at home and you'd like to stop and pause the tape, let each pose be about 2 to 3 minutes. Rub out your knees, let it go. Good. We're going to come back onto our backs flat this time. And we're going to roll down to the floor, coming all the way down, so I'm going to lift up a little bit. And now I'm going to place a block underneath my hips, lifting my hips up in the air, and I'm going to rest my hips on the block. So the action is a little bit in a different place. I'm just going to take the soles of my feet together and let the knees fall open. And again, you can see the rising and the falling of my chest and belly. So I get that big Buddha belly rising up, filling up, and exhale, I bring it down. Try not to squeeze your glutes here to keep your knees apart. If you have to, let the legs come even further out in front of you. And then bend your knees, bring your feet back in together. Lift one leg at a time or both legs in the air. Let the legs be soft. So let your body weight and gravity draw you down. Your weight is centered over the block, or if you're on the floor, you're just on the floor. My feet are relaxed. They're not pointed, they're not flexed. My arms are relaxed. So this is like a legs up the wall inversion. So if you don't have a block and you'd like to put your feet on the wall, that's the greatest restorative pose of all, if you ask me. Breathing in and breathing out. This is a good place to be before you go to bed, to relax your body, to settle in, to release the tension. And then we're going to slowly release, let the legs come out in front of you. Maybe the arms go overhead if that's not too big of an extension for your spine. But again, try not to squeeze your glutes here, and try to let your body just melt down. Breathe in, breathe out. Just scan your body from head to toe to notice if there's any tension anywhere. And then simply let go of the tension. If this is too extreme on your back, bend your knees, take the block out, and just lay flat on the floor again. Or maybe put the block underneath your knees a little bit. And then bend your knees to come out of this. Arms come down, hips lift up. Let's just draw the knees up to the chest. If you like a little bit more, just round and curl your spine. We're almost there. Now, typically in a class of an hour, we may do 3 poses, 4 poses on each side. That shows you how long we hold the poses. So we've already done 5 or 6 here today. So slow it down, stop and pause the tape, and then release it down. Let's come back to a seated position. Sit in any comfortable cross-legged position, lotus or anything else, and bring your hands to your heart center. So this is a great way of slowing down, of restoring our bodies. If you're home during this quarantine doing crazy workouts all day long, this is a wonderful place to find yourself. So settle into it, let go. And so I want to thank you for joining us today in the 10-minute yogi restorative class. Again, take the tape, pause it, watch it, hold it for 3 minutes on each side if there are sides to be held, and repeat this over and over. It will give you peace of mind, peace of body. Stay home, stay healthy, stay fit. The 10-minute yogi. We'll see you tomorrow.